Hey everyone, welcome to the tutorial for MAGE. The app is pretty simple to use in general. It's not really too much to go through, so I'll just go ahead and get started. When you first load into the app, you can click right on the visualizer to go ahead and jump into one of the available presets. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll also pause the audio playback. For you, it'll play back the audio automatically. However, you can pause it by just clicking on the visualizer. Some presets might be harder than others to click on, but usually if you go ahead and zoom in, it gets easier until eventually the button is just taking up your whole screen. So if you're ever struggling, you can do that. Keep in mind this is a fully 3D scene with camera controls, and you can move around freely as you want and zoom in and out. But all the presets have the camera set up for you to look as nice as possible for the most part. And you will see that some of these effects here are just kaleidoscope effects, and the shader might take up the whole screen, but for the most part you can still zoom in and out and control the audio like that. All these presets look really nice. I tried to handcraft them to look as good as possible. And these were all created with the same random generation logic that is available to you. So I'm going to go ahead and regenerate this visualizer here to get a new shape. And as you can see, it got very bright. So I'm going to have to click more settings here and zoom out a little bit to see what's going on. So you can see here you can get some pretty interesting effects just with bloom alone. By messing with the radius or even the exposure settings. I have a lot of different tone mappings for you to choose from here that have some pretty cool effects depending on the exposures you have set and how far you're zoomed into the shader as well. Yeah, you can get some really cool looks just off changing a few settings like this. However, you do have a randomize button up here. If you're ever looking for some inspiration, you can just go ahead and spam this. Sometimes it'll just spit out something you can't see, but a lot of times you'll get some really interesting bases to start with, for example. Like, yeah, this looks pretty cool now. You also have some glitch effects here as well. Do keep in mind, if you see the mouse tips on your screen, it'll activate even if you're on the tweak pane, so you might want to zoom out when you're trying to change settings just to make it easier on yourself. But yeah, I'll go ahead and generate another visualizer. You'll see in your effects here, you'll have effects enabled and then extra effect settings, so you can change when you turn these on and off, the effects will disappear from the effects tab automatically, so nothing will be here that you won't actually see. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the audio reactivity using mod 1 to make it move more with the effects. And you can see we're already getting some really unique visuals here just in a few minutes of generation and a few minutes of messing with settings. The glitch effect I'm not particularly a fan of right now. It does look a little funky, needs some adjustments made to it, but it's there if you want to use it. And obviously all these settings here affect how reactive the shader is to the music. And you're going to want to just adjust these to taste, both depending on your song and depending on the content of the shader. I have these all set to randomize just purely because I want this to be inspiration to you. Just your skybox settings as well. So the skybox can dramatically change the look of the scene, especially if you have post-processing on. I'm going to turn off after image as well. Maybe turn on Sobel, edge detection. Now keep in mind, if you're using something like the colorify effect, It's going to turn your scene black when you first turn it on. You're going to have to change the settings here, the extra effects settings, to give it color to use. So let's say you really like the scene you've generated. You have two ways to share with people. You can either copy your scene data here, and that will directly copy the scene to your clipboard, and you can paste that. So if I were to select a preset, if I wanted to get that preset back, I could just paste that. And because I had Colorify on, you will notice I have to reset the color again, which is a limitation right now. With using Colorify specifically. However, if I just shut it off and save this scene again, you'll see that it loads back perfectly fine this time. You can also save this scene directly as a preset within your browser. It'll ask you if you want to allow cookies, and if you allow it, it will save a preset directly here on the left side for you to reselect. So this will allow you to build up your own little suite of visualizers over time, and you won't have to worry about losing them. Well, that does it for MAGE. I hope you guys enjoyed using this app as much as I enjoyed making it. I want to say a quick thank you to Torrin Blankensmith, the creator of Shaderpark, which is what I've used to generate all these random shaders. The library, Shaderpark, is really great. It's one of the best shader libraries out I think there is right now. And make sure if you guys do end up using this, please share your scenes with me if you make something cool. I can even make a preset out of it. And thank you all for watching.